Hello everybody. I haven't been doing any videos for about a month now, and the reason is because first of all I've been very busy, and second, with everything that is happening in the world right now, I'm talking about this coronavirus situation. I just felt that it was a little bit selfish in a way to do readings, personal readings, or readings that involved even like pick a card readings involving a personal question. I think that at the moment mm, I have a feeling that the cards, even if I ask a specific question to the cards, there's just so much energy going around in the world at the moment, probably possibly some negative energy, and I feel like I wouldn't really get a proper and true reading. And honestly, I just wasn't feeling it. I felt that it just wasn't the right moment to do pick a card readings and ask specific questions. So today's reading is just really a sort of universal message, if we want to call it like that. I picked three decks, and I asked the question, what is it that collectively we all need to know and hear right now in this moment with all that is happening in the world? So mind you, I am Italian. My family lives in Italy, in the north of Italy, and they are currently in lockdown. Luckily for me, none of the members of my family have been infected. They're all fine. They're just living a very stressful mental situation because they're in lockdown, and because it's quite sad that all these people are dying and all these people working in healthcare are suffering that much and working that hard, and still the numbers are going up and things are not getting better. So my family is in Italy and I live in London. Couldn't be worse, right? So I live in London, and the situation is about to get really bad here too. I think they're planning a lockdown over the weekend, but they haven't announced anything yet. The government hasn't been really clear on what the actions that they are going to take are. I think because they don't want to cause any sort of like mass panic. But at the same time, it's very frustrating. Obviously, this is a hobby that I have, but I am a small business owner. And if things go on like this, I will probably lose my business in about a couple of months. So I am really sad and I am very worried. But then again, I don't want to worry about myself and my problems and my things, because this is so much bigger than me and my little life and my business. I mean, I will rise again if things go bad, but there are people here in London that have lost their jobs. I have friends that they have been made redundant by companies that said that they can't afford to keep them on board because everything has to shut down and they just can't afford to pay employees. So it's quite uncertain, and I just don't know what's going on. So what I did, I was taking a very hot shower, trying to relax and try to connect a little bit more with the universe. I'm not asking the universe, why are you doing this? Because I think that's not the right approach. I don't think that anyone is doing this. I think that this is just happening and we need to deal with it. But I do believe that the universe is trying to help in a way. So after this shower, I felt really inspired to pick three decks and to lay out the cards. Now, there are two cards that came out twice, and is this one, Diligence, and this one, Dragon dragon lair. What I'll do, because these are oracle cards, I'm just going to really read them. So this is not a reading for your answers. This is actually a prayer that I did to the universe, and I asked if there was anything that, you know, the universe or the angels wanted to communicate and tell us. And this is what came out, and I'm just gonna read it. I'm not going to do any personal interpretations of these. I'm just really gonna plainly read it. So if you know that you're going to get bored, please feel free to you know, click X and leave the page. But yeah, otherwise we're just going to start. And the first card that the universe or the angels gave me was this card here. So diligence actually was the first card that came out, but it came out twice. So I remember I looked at it the first time because when I picked the deck out of its box, it fell. But because it fell without me asking the question, I just put it back and then it fell again. So we're just going to have a look at these. And I think the image is quite, it speaks for itself, I think. So we're going to read it together. I don't know if this has any meaning, but we're just going to, yeah, read it together. So... okay. And this is saying that there are times in life to step forward and take risks. But there are other times to be patient, step carefully and slowly, and know that benefits you will gain in the future will be worth it. Be attentive, meticulous, and persistent. Use this time to plan for action steps in the future. Be diligent and consistent at each step as you move forward. By doing so, you will harvest remarkable results in the years ahead. This is not the time for instant gratification. Your diligence will pay off in the future, tenfold. This is the time for deliberate organization. Clean your house, clear clutter out of your life, be thoughtful about how you spend your time, and be discerning when choosing with whom you spend it. Clear out relationships that do not support you. If we put these into context, actually, it's saying to us to be diligent, okay? Be attentive, be meticulous, okay? This is not the time for instant gratification, but we need to be diligent in what the measures, I think, to take, you know, are. And it's not the time for instant gratification, but we will get the results that we are looking for. We just need to really be diligent. And the time for everybody, for people that are home, working from home, or, you know, have lost their job because of this situation, use this time to plan ahead, okay? And be diligent. So this is the first card and the first message, but then hey, you can give your own interpretation of this, okay? This was my own because this is in the context of what's happening right now in the world, okay? So the second card that came out was going forward. Okay, and we can see that there is a landscape, and just behind the tree there's a beautiful sunshine. And you know, I think that's the message going forward. Just pass the tree and you will see the light again. So the booklet says that when you receive this card, fertility, productivity, love, health, abundance, and fulfillment are ahead for you. Things are growing and expanding. Keep going forward. Sometimes it may be easy to be distracted by what's occurring around you, but this card indicates that it is important to not let anything hold you back from increasing the bounty in your life. Step up and know that your needs will be taken care of. Your life is escalating and intensifying in the best possible way and for your highest good. So, I think the message that I'm seeing here is that out of this horrible situation and what is happening, I think that something good will come forward. So something good will probably be that, you know, maybe people's attitude will change. Maybe this is, you know, a good chance to get rid of racism, really. And this will help maybe bring cultures and different races together. Okay. But this card is saying again, step up and know that your needs will be taken care of. You will be fine. We'll all be fine, okay? Just let's keep going forward, be diligent, and we will all be fine. This is what the cards are saying, okay? Now, if you want to believe it, fine. Otherwise, I don't know what to say to you, but I think I needed to hear this because I've been feeling terrible for this situation, for my personal things, but also for all the people that are actually suffering, okay? Like, there's a lot going on at the moment, and majority of people around the world they don't see what's happening. They don't really realize how intense the situation is. So this card again, I forgot to say before, it fell twice. Same thing, actually. I took the deck out and this was at the bottom of the deck and I saw it, but obviously I didn't pick it. It wasn't, you know, I just saw it there at the bottom, and then I shuffled the cards and this one fell. So the message with this card is that it's okay to take a break and enjoy your creations, or to take a moment for yourself and to get off the treadmill of life, to appreciate and acknowledge all that you have created, achieved, released, or experienced before rushing on to the next thing, to be in the moment and enjoy where you are, to take a breath and regather your mind, body, and spirit, to recalibrate, appreciate, and celebrate, to decide on what you really want to experience next. If you take a moment, you're not going to miss out. Perhaps you have just completed a big project, manifested something significant in your life, released an old way of being, or just been burning the candle at both ends. Now is the time to take some time out before rushing on to the next thing. You did it. Enjoy yourself and recalibrate. Go on vacation, book a massage, take long walks in nature, go away for a rejuvenating weekend to recharge and replenish. Take a break and a breathe. Well, obviously, that's not possible. You can't go outside and take a long walk in nature and all that. But what I reckon with this card in this situation, a lot of people are isolating, self-isolating, locked down, they're home, they can't leave their homes, working from homes. So, and social interactions are limited as well. They are advising against social interactions, but at the moment it's just advising. I think they will soon, you know, ban social interactions. But what I think this card is inviting you is maybe, we all have quite busy lives, right? We never do actually take a break, and when we do take a break, we tend to, you know, do stuff. And when we have some time off, maybe we stay home for a couple of days, for a weekend, like watch Netflix. I don't know what you do, but maybe this is a good time while you're home to actually take a break and enjoy some time off. Take also a break from you know, watching stuff that makes you feel anxious. Maybe take a break as well from the news. But really regather your mind, your body, your spirit. I think, since we are forced to take a break, I think that maybe what the universe is inviting us to do is to enjoy this break. Okay? Now, the unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past life. We'll see. Where is that? Yeah, I am reading from the booklet, and I don't care if you get offended by it. Unbound 108. Right. So, Unbound. Beautiful card. Okay. You can have a look. Okay, so it is time to release old soul stories that have been playing out in your life. They're coming up to be healed. There has never been a safer time to clear these patterns than right now. Obviously, guys, this is something that will change our lives. I don't know if you think I might be exaggerating it, but this is changing already people's life, and it will change our future and affect our future in a way. And the governments have to step up here and really start taking good care of the people. Otherwise, we're just gonna end up in misery, basically. So maybe this is a good time for the people up there, the ones that always decide what's good for us down here. I'm not talking about angels, I'm talking about politicians. Maybe it's time that they change, and they have no choice. They have no choice but to play the interests, look at the interests of us, the people. They really have no choice at this time. So they need a change is taking place, and I hope there will be a positive change for us, because this is affecting and impacting everybody, the rich and the poor. There's no one left out of this. Okay. Take a look at patterns in your life that you are ready to release, ancient vows and contracts that your soul made that have an expiry date. It could be a vow of silence or chastity or poverty. It is time to unwind from them. This is the life in which you free yourself from trauma of life past. Actually, of past lives. What old ways of being have an expiry date? When you name them, you claim them, and they stop holding power over you. When acknowledging these old patterns, it is also important to acknowledge how they have served you up until now. For example, a soul pattern of playing small caused by a soul fear of being seen or sharing your voice would have served you by keeping you safe. In order to grow, you now need to soften your receiving and calling support. It's time to unbind from the old ways of being that are no longer sustainable. Okay, so these sentences it all. And I think this applies to this day and age that we're living in. It is time to unbind from the old ways of being that are no longer sustainable. And this is for the planet as well. I think the only good this situation is doing is that pollution levels have really decreased because of these. Now, this card, birthing a new age. That again, it's quite peculiar to get that card in this type of situation. It seems quite appropriate. Right, breathing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. Often, our path is exactly the one that we don't feel prepared to walk. Walk it anyway. Often, what is rising feels far bigger than we could possibly hold. Be a container for it anyway. Often, our creations seem to have a wild, uncontrollable consciousness of their own. Birth them anyway. Often, what is ours to do is the very thing that most intimidates us. Be courageous and do it anyway. We are birthing a new age. Right now, we are in a transition period between ages. In the process of allowing the old cycle to fall away and the new to rise. Like driving in the fog and trusting the road will appear ahead. We need to release old identities and ways that no longer serve us, using our intuition as a compass. You are part of a group of souls who have been incarnating a significant periods of history, preparing for this exact time. Dreaming a new world into being. Magdalene sisters, daughters of Isis, Essenes priestess, witches, mystics, healers, seers, artists, midwives, visionaries, guardians of the earth, and storytellers from times past. It is time to give permission and space for what is beckoning within to be born. We are dreaming a new world into being. Wow, okay. So I think this is the main message of the reading. I could actually stop here, but we're gonna go but all these cards are very connected and linked to each other. And the message that comes with this card is amazing. And there is a prayer that you can say to activate this card, and I'm going to say it to you, and you can learn it, or you can just, I don't know, say it with me. I am open to surrendering to the creations that are wanting to be birthed through me. May I be of service in a way that delights my mind, body, and soul. Please use me. Please lead me. Please show me the way. So, going forward, be diligent, take a break. These are practical steps. But this is about releasing the old, birthing a new age. And then we have leap. And leap, that card, this one here, it's about trust. That is about trust in the universe, in the unknown. Oh my god, I've coughed. Oh, I'm gonna die. Okay, sorry, jokes apart, but here in London it's crazy now because every time you cough or sneeze, people look at you like if you have the plague. So today I had an itchy throat and I just really wanted to cough once to get rid of that itchy feeling inside my throat. I couldn't. I was dying. I had my eyes watering and I was like, oh my god, I really need to, but I didn't want to because I didn't want to upset people. So yeah, it's crazy. So now every time that I am coughing, I have to cough, I feel very, very self-conscious. So it's quite scary actually. I never realized that, you know, we actually do cough every day for silly, you know, reasons. But yeah. Anyway, leap. You go first, the universe will catch you. Life bends for the courageous. The universe wants to support you, but first you need to leap. To throw your life up in the air. Perhaps you know what you're being called to leap toward or away from, but are scared to make the move. Or maybe, perhaps, you're waiting for a big fat sign or instruction manual or permission to do so first. If this is you, then this card is your sign and permission. Sleep to take a deep breath and leap into the unknown. It's scary to let go of all that we know in hope for something new, and it's normal to feel anxious at the thought of letting go of what we know for sure. But this is the unavoidable process of rising, and right now, this is how you're being called to live. Nature is constantly showing us how to live with courage. Fall comes every year, and encourages the trees to loosen their grip, to allow what once was so full of life to fall away leaf by leaf. For a moment, it feels like nothing will grow again. The branches are left bare without the comfort of what once was. But in the morn of spring, new shoots begin to appear, and something new is born that is even more glorious than before. You go first, take a good run up and leap. And this again is this beautiful. Everything is a cycle. Whatever feels like it's a dying now, it will come back. You see, the situation will be better, obviously. You don't need a tarot reading for know that we will, come out of this. But the universe is just telling you to trust, okay? Even though everything seems so dark and scary right now, it will get better, okay? I'm going to read this passage to you again because I enjoyed it a lot and I really want you to absorb it. Like I want it to sink in on you. Nature is constantly showing us how to live with courage. Fall comes every year and encourages the trees to loosen their grip, to allow what once was so full of life to fall away leaf by leaf. For a moment, it feels like nothing will grow again. The branches are left bare without the comfort of what once was. But in the morn of spring, new shoots begin to appear, and something new is born that is even more glorious than before. Okay? Now, we're gonna read these cards here. Again, this one was the one that came out twice. And we're gonna read it. Sorry, I have to clean it because I have a candy floss machine and I had candy floss tonight and there's sugar grains all over the kitchen counter. So, sorry. Now, the main message of this card is you are always protected and divinely directed. And the message, the longer one, is you have a remarkable internal warning system that lets you know when things are out of alignment. You're about to enter dangerous territory, so tread carefully and be aware of your surroundings. The path you're on now is one that will challenge you to the core. That said, peril is also exciting and exhilarating, like the danger you feel before you enter a new relationship, knowing that you'll be changed forever. A life lived fully isn't lived only in safety. A new experience is calling to you, one that will test your courage. The choice is yours, but there is greater value in risk-taking than remaining unchallenged. New territories are waiting to be discovered. And then again, this is quite simple, the message of this card. These are hard times, okay? But a new experience is calling to us. And this new experience is going to test our courage. Okay? New territories are awaiting to be discovered. And at this one, I can get it up. Okay, fine. I'll take your 2 hands. Okay. Ghostlands. I don't know. I didn't want to be picked up. Maybe this is not good. I don't know. Okay. So this card is about concentrating in the here and now. My message is you can learn from the past and imagine a beautiful future, but you must live in the here and now. Whenever you set your sights too far ahead, you run the risk of losing your footing, for rarely do the present and future match up exactly on the enchanted map. This is your life story. The future has no substance right now. It is a place that has no grounding as of yet. Okay? So we must concentrate on the here and now. Okay? You can't live there yet you can take measured steps toward the goal or dream. Measured steps, okay, guys? Okay? We need to take measured steps right now, okay? We need to act now in order to, have the future that we're dreaming of. These steps are important now. It says the same goes for nostalgia. You can look into the past wistfully and remember beautiful moments or revisit lessons learned. However, you can't live there, nor can you go back and change what was. Yesterday is gone forever. Live fully in the present. The now is the most powerful place to put your attention. Its magic reaches out in every direction, farther than the earth. Farther than the heart and soul can see. Okay, so let's have a look at that number 15. Okay, let's have a look at this card. One Ring Circus. Nice. Independence is key now as you step into your journey today. Others may not have the vision or resources that you need. Recognize that all the wisdom you've acquired along the way makes you particularly competent, capable of moving forward with assurance. Self-reliance, is important. Okay, I'm going to read this again. Self-reliance is important. Another aspect to consider is creating and maintaining clear boundaries between you and another. I think this is very, put it into practice. Another aspect to consider is creating and maintaining clear boundaries, between you and another. Boundary, distance, keep distance between people, isolate. Be discerning about your partnership at this time, okay? When you know who you are and have a healthy sense of where you end and others begin, you're able to enter into the best kind of relationships and will attract people who mirror back your wholeness. Okay? Now, again, protecting treasures. Here, you are always protected and divinely directed. Although this is a time of great risk, know that at a fundamental level you are able to move forward safely and securely. The proverbial nest egg is safe and sound no matter the fluctuations in the world. Guardian angels and other guides are whispering to you, making you aware of their protective presence. Your loyalty is an important theme now. Nurture that which you hold dear. This is a good time to strengthen bonds of friendship and ensure their integrity. If you feel tested right now, know that a true and loyal heart always achieves its aim. Take refuge under an angel's wing. You are not alone and have no need to fear. Embrace your courage. Oh, this is a beautiful message. Very beautiful. Right, So I'm just going to read the last two cards, and one is Deep Freeze. Everything has its season. Now is the time to put activity on hold while you rest. We need to put everything on hold. The cold winter beckons you to slow down, and put a freeze on things that are not yet ready to bloom. Okay? Regeneration and hibernation. Forgo ambitious activity. A pregnant pause allows idea to gestate, projects to shift and change, and relationships to go through a dreamy state of being, not going anywhere, not needing to. This is also a time to put all your arguments on ice. Nothing beneficial will come from any of them. Self-care is the most important activity now, so reflect, read a good book, or get a massage. Rest and dream. So all the cards are saying to rest, take a break, okay? Take a break. And then the last card, which, I mean, look at this. So beautiful. You couldn't end with a more beautiful card. And I already know the meaning of this card, but I'm going to read it for you. Magic prayer. Speak your prayers, listen for the answers, and act in faith. When you see the magic prayer card, it is a reminder that your prayers will be answered. Spirit is always waiting to help you and to heal you when you're in need. That said, the best prayer is, Thy will be done through me, Thy will and not mine be done. So Thy will be done through me, Thy will and not mine be done. Conscious contact with your higher power is achieved through the ritual of prayer and meditation. Speak and listen to the divine force within the field of creation. Surrender your wishes and desires to Spirit. So surrender your wishes and desires to Spirit. You may not get what you want, but you will surely get what you need. Your destiny awaits you. As long as you keep in conscious contact with your higher power, be assured that you are on the right path. Okay, guys. So, I'm just going to conclude this reading right now because it's been 40 minutes of talking and it's been quite intense for me. There were a lot of messages. Most of them were all linked to each other, almost repetitive in a way. But the main message that I want to take from here is that we need to be diligent. We need to keep that, social distance. We really need to do it. And we need to have faith in the universe and in the fact that this probably is the birthing of a new age, of a new year. Things will change for us. We just need to have faith and trust in the universe, okay? And the universe is inviting us to take a break in this moment. Stop thinking about the future, okay? But just take steps right now, today, okay? For our own safety. And use this time that we have acquired to take care of ourselves, okay? Take rest, okay? It will end. And also pray, because our prayers have been listened to from the universe and the angels, okay? So this is all that for today. Sorry about all the mess in the background, but this happened quite naturally. So I just, picked the phone out and started recording. I hope that this will be of help to someone, or actually help me, and I'm really happy of that because I was feeling really down. I was having a very dramatic shower. I'm just like going, why is this happening now? But yeah, hope that this, you know, helps some people to feel a bit better. This is all. I hope I will survive this, and if you won't see any more videos, it's because something went wrong. Probably just maybe my internet being cut off for not paying the bills, due to my lack of work. But if you want to help me out, subscribe to my channel. Obviously I don't have enough subscribers to make some earnings from YouTube, but it would be nice to be able to do that, actually. But I'm gonna leave it up to you to decide what my faith is. Okay guys, bye.